Hey folks, Lucas Babbitt here from Atomic Insights, and today I am very excited to share with everyone how easy we make it to process payments in our system, whether that's an invoice or a capital call, essentially anything that needs to be paid that has been delivered to one of the users, in this case via email, can be automatically ingested via our OCR technology and read into our system so that the folks doing the work on the ground don't actually have to do any data entry. They just need to validate that data has been entered correctly. So I have this sample capital call notice. I'm sending it to our Atomic Insights alias, and that'll read it into the system. So I hit send on that, and if I give that a minute, it will populate in our draft request. So you can see here when we've created a payment request using our OCR tools, we send it first to a draft. That way it's very clear to the humans working these systems that they need to take a look at this one and understand the origins of it. So first things first, we come in and we've reproduced the capital call notice in our system. And so for a person who's working this payment, they'll clearly see, okay, this is to the Park Family Revocable Trust. Usually the folks working these payments know the accounts pretty well, so know that this is the account that this should be paid from using the Atomic Insights system. It looks a lot like a familiar venture capital firm to many. This is actually a made-up fund, so not to be confused with the one that everyone knows and loves, but this made-up fund here has a bank called Silicon Valley National Bank that they use, and we can confirm that those payment instructions are correct down here. So first we can see the total capital call amount has been read into the system, and we can see that the banking details are also correct. So having been a user of the system, we can push this to our active, so it moves from draft to our active system. And now someone else on the team that's responsible for validating these payments can come into the system and start working it. So the first thing that the person will see is that he or she needs to confirm the payment details associated with the payment. So similar to the screen we were just working on now, but assuming we're a different person that's seeing these things for the first time, they clearly now can see, okay, here's all the capital call data. They can ensure that the capital call data matches with the payment instructions. They also have some validations in place that they know or can allow them to assure them that that this is a valid payment that's being processed. So for one thing, we have enough cash in the account, which is always a big thing when you're processing lots of capital calls, is where is the cash and do we have enough? So we're answering that automatically by pinging the custodial website. We know that we have a standing letter of authorization in place, also from pinging the custodian to ascertain whether or not the payment instruction in the standing letter of authorization match the payment details in our system. So we've checked that off, and we can also see that this is a repeat transaction. For folks who sit in more compliance type seats, everyone who touches this payment along the way, this will be fully recorded in our system. And so if there's ever a need to go back and understand how a payment was managed throughout the life cycle of the payment, then this audit log provides that information forever. So we confirm the payment details. If necessary, we could assign this person to another person on our team to check it. This is a fully customizable workflow that we build for each and every customer that we work with. And so for capital call, where we know that we have enough cash and the payment details are correct, perhaps you wouldn't have another step to this process. But in the system as we have it set up today, we need to ask the client for approval. We need to assign it to another person to make sure that the client is fully signed off. In this case, the client written approval has been received. Perhaps that's a requirement for this particular client or this particular firm. If that's the case, then again, we can build out this fully customizable workflow to allow teams to follow the procedures of their firms, or if they're unique for a given client, they can do that as well. And if it's an easy payment, then perhaps they just get it out. But at the end of the day, we're then able to transmit it to the custodian using custodial APIs. Today, that's Schwab and Fidelity. Over time, that'll be more. And then ultimately, when the payment is ready to be executed, we can hit execute payment here, and the payment will go out into the world. So the idea is that from the cradle to the grave of the payment, no one on our teams needed to do any data entry. Those teams were freed up from essentially the perils of data entry, allowing machines to manage the data entry part of this process so the humans can focus on the things that the humans are good at, which is determining whether or not this payment fits a history and a pattern that we have with this client. Perhaps this is one of many capital calls that we make to this particular institution on behalf of that client. Or they can notice whether or not things seem out of ordinary and they have enough time at their disposal to be able to do more diligence in order to ascertain the validity of the payment. So anyway, that's the demo for today. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. We'd love to speak with you. Thanks and talk soon.